we're going to look at the real weapon when you're at net, and we're going to see how the men's and the women's World Padel Tour players use the setup volley differently in different situations. So let's look at this first point with Ari and Paula. So you can see here, Ari's going to hit this first forehand volley set up down the middle, and it's going right there. The ball is bouncing there right down the middle, and the important bit of this setup is that their opponents are right in that central position, right down the middle of the court, forcing two big gaps to the side. Now, in this situation, Paula actually hits one more setup ball right down that middle, and you can see that that ball has bounced there. They've contacted again. Both of the opponents are down the middle of the court like this, and this leaves huge spaces here and on this side for the next volley to go into. And what we see here is Ari really uses that on this next volley, hitting fast into that corner and leaving the ball in this corner into the open space. And this is a great way to finish those points. So in our next ladies point, we're going to look at Gemma and Ali and how Gemma sets this up with the setup shot, this time from a backhand volley, hitting that backhand volley right down the middle. And you can see that bounced there. It's actually ended up right in that center line now. That's where the ball is. And it's done the same job of forcing the opponents into this central position here, right down. And this is the center line right here. And this has really forced them into the back middle, creating all of this space to this side. And again, we'll see the space on this side. In this situation, Ari actually got that ball a little bit high to Gemma's backhand, so she couldn't finish the point, but she ends up hitting into that open space there to hopefully set them up for the next part of the point. Now, when it comes to the first of our men's points, we're going to look at this, and it's slightly different. In this situation, it's Bella and Cuello, and Bella hits this setup volley into this corner. So it's bounced here, the ball is going to come out of this corner and give Martin a difficult ball to defend in that corner. But you can see that Bella has finished so close to the net here, ready for the opportunity to attack that next ball. And as this is very difficult to defend, you see Martin is back foot, he's got his back right against the glass. He is literally a couple of inches from that back glass. And so Bella, to take advantage of this, is going to hit this aggressive smash down where there's not time for him to come up the court. And this is how it can change in the men's game, is forcing the opponent to the back glass to create that space in front. In this next men's point, we've got Garrido and Camper, and we're going to look at how Garrido sets this point up here. And again, a nice attacking slice as his setup ball. And you can see it's bounced around in this corner, and the ball is actually here, and LeBron is playing one of his talented trick shots, but you can see he's really on the defense. It's created an easier opportunity for Garrido to attack this ball, but LeBron is right against that back glass. You can see, again, he's just touched the glass, you could see from that reflection there, and he's got himself into a smash position now. And this is, again, where Garrido can smash really aggressively down, and LeBron doesn't have time to get forward. And it's relying on Galan to come across and try and touch that ball. But the setup volley in the men's, again, is deep into the corner, forcing the opponent against that back glass so that they can then smash forward and create the space in front of them this time. So in the men's there, we saw that they are forcing their opponents towards the back glass, creating space in front of them so they can be aggressive with their smashes. And in the ladies, we saw they set up in the center here to create space to the sides. Now, that's not always the case for all of the points. They use a combination both in the men's and the women's, but the emphasis on this video is to use the setup volley instead of trying to finish the point too early. And quite often you might end up winning the point with your setup volley instead of having to try and force a winner. Now, in this corner, I'm going to put a video about your serve and first volley down the middle so you can start the points off well.